Hi, this is Srinivas. So today we are going to see our first C program. So in the previous section, we have seen what is the basic structure of your C program. That is documentation section. Next is your linking section. Next is your global declaration, definition section, main section, and last one is your subfunction. So here we are going to write a small C program, first C program using the basic structure of your C. See here, this is your first documentation section. As we have seen, it is suggested. So here I am using these particular symbols. Here, these are your comments. So whenever you execute your C program, the compiler sees these particular symbols and it understands this is comments. So it will not print whatever it is there in between these particular symbols. So here I am writing first hello world program just to introduce about this particular program. So the next statement is your linking statement. That is, we are including stdio.h header file. So what is this particular? This is your standard input output header file or your function program, that we are including that particular header file in our program using include statement. Include is your keyword in C. So whenever your C compiler sees this particular statement, it understands that we need to include this particular file in our C program, and this particular as symbol using, well, it will include this particular header file in our program. So C compiler sees this, it will include this particular header file in our program. And the next one is your definition section. It is optional, so we are not defining any variables here in this particular program. Next, global declaration. We are not going to do any global declarations. So I am going for my next one is your main function. So main is compulsory function in our C program. So whenever you compile your program, your C compiler starts compiling your program from this particular statement. So whenever it sees the main, it's a keyword in C, and this particular symbol is for function. So whenever your C compiler sees this particular statement, main function, so from this particular statement, it will start executing your program. And this void is your keyword in your C program. And if your main function, any function, if it is not returning any type, so we write this particular keyword called void. So that is the reason we have declared it as void main, and main function is not taking any comments or your arguments. So in command line arguments, so we are not giving any command line arguments. So next one is main function. So this particular symbol, your C compiler, whenever it sees these particular statements or your symbols, it understands that this is one block. So whatever the statements that have been written in between these two symbols, it will execute each and every statement. So in this one, we are writing one statement, that is printf. This is your function symbol. Double quotation represents its characters. Okay, so we are printing this hello world using your printf function. Printf is a predefined function that is present in your header file standard input output. So that is the reason we are including this particular header file in our program. So these are your double quotation marks. So whatever you write in between this particular double quotation mark, it will print these things as your string. Okay, so and one more important thing is this is your semicolon. In C language, every statement will end with semicolon. So whenever your C compiler sees this symbol, it understands it is the end of this particular instruction. So that is the reason we have written semicolon here. So only one statement. So if I execute this particular program, so I am executing this program. So for that, we have written the program name as hello.c. So for each and every C program, the name, that should not be any keyword. We can write any word, and it should not start with any digits or a special character. Okay, and .c is the extension. So whenever your C compiler sees .c, it understands that this is your C program. So compulsory it should be .c. And whenever I execute this program, so how to execute this program? First, what we do is computer does not understand this program. It understands only zeros and ones. So for that, what we are doing is we are going to convert this program into an object file. So your compiler will convert this particular program into an object file.
Continue.
So now we are going to execute this program. So first, for that we will compile this program. So we will write this program in any text editor. Then we are going to compile this program using a C compiler. So for that, what we are doing is we are going to use a compiler. So I am using a compiler GCC. Next one is your program name. So I am writing hello.c. So this is your compiler, and I'm asking this compiler to execute this particular program. So your compiler will compile this program. If there are no errors, it will compile this program to create an object file. So for that, we are compiling program gcc compiler hello.c. So what happens whenever I give this particular statement, my compiler starts executing my program from this main function. So it will come here to this particular statement void main, because main is your main function. So compiler comes here, it will start executing from here. So it will see main here, okay. Then what it will do, it will see the include section. So it will include this particular header file to your program. So it will execute this header file in your program. Then after that, it will start executing the statements that are present in your main function. So here, if you can see, it is having only one statement, printf hello world. So it will, your compiler will come here and it will execute this statement. It will print hello world. So for that, your compiler will convert this hello.c into a file that is hello.obj file. Object file it will create. Okay. So in that object file, your program is converted into zeros and ones, which your processor understands. After this particular one, we need to execute this program. After your object file has been created, we need to execute your object file, not your .c file. So here, using our execution, we are going to execute this hello.obj file. So for that, we are writing a.out. So this is, I am executing this program. So my compiler, after converting this program into hello.obj, it will execute obj file. So I am executing it. So the output of this particular program will be printed. So here the output is nothing but your hello world. So this will be your output, your C program's output. So here your compiler compiles this hello.c program into hello.obj file, and after that I am executing this hello.obj file. So whenever I execute, my processor executes this program, and here it is printing only one statement, that is hello world, the first simple program. So the output will be something like hello world dot. Okay, so this is your first and simple program, and this is the basic structure of your program. And one more important thing is, in C, your approach will be from top to bottom. Okay, so your compiler will execute from top to bottom. So it will come here from main function, each and every statement from top to bottom will be executed. So this is the first C program. So you can see the output as hello world. So if you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section. Thank you.